Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm going to be going through some gold coins I recently got in. I'm also going to explain how my job kind of works and why you need vast amounts of cash to do this job, or at least credit terms, liquidity, etc. You know, you don't always need cash, but it's important to constantly be able to move stock around. Now, what you can see on camera, including that, which I'll show you in a second, that's 5 sovereigns. Now, for those of you who've been watching my channel, and for those of you who follow the markets, you would have realised that gold took a bit of a kicking on the news release from the States and their job data. This made sure that the 5 sovereigns, so these are 2021s, they're just in boxes. I'm assuming they come like that from the company. I ended up doing a trade for some QBs. I got some cash and I got the sovereigns in return. But I paid probably slightly more than I should have done. So what happened was, when the gold price got smacked down, these 5 sovereigns were unprofitable. It's essentially £1,500–1,600 worth of stock that I just couldn't do anything with. I had to rebalance, so I had to take a loss. I didn't particularly want to take a loss because, as you know from my channel, I often get sovereigns in. I just had to wait for a restock, which is what happened. So I ended up getting 7 sovereigns in. I got these in at spot. I've done okay. They're actually nice sovereigns as well, so we'll go through them. These are probably worth a few extra quid. But what has happened is, as the gold price has drifted slightly higher, these have also lowered the average. So I've now got essentially 12 sovereigns that I can sell. There's not a lot of margin in them. There really isn't. However, this will give me the extra firepower I need to trade properly when more and more stock comes in. It has been a slow period for buying and selling. It always happens. It does always happen. But let's go through the sovereigns. So this is a 1925 South Africa. There's nothing particularly rare about any of these coins. They are nice though. I can see this going for a few extra quid over your normal sovereigns. I wouldn't pay a few extra quid when buying in, because I've always got to cover my downside, which is a common theme amongst my channel, as people know. Cover the downside first and then worry about things later. If you don't cover the downside, you get stuck with 5 sovereigns that you can't do anything with. Case in point. So yeah, there's 2 of the 1925s. This one's probably even better. This is a gorgeous coin. Not a rare coin, but visually it's very pleasing. I think someone would pay a few extra quid over a normal sovereign. People have become very selective about what they buy these days. So when I first started, maybe it's because I used to sell differently. I used to act as a middleman really, because there was no margin in it. So I'd say, I've been offered 25 sovereigns, here's the price. If I can get 25 people on the order, I'll do it. So they didn't really have a choice on the sovereigns. But if I put sovereigns up, people are always asking for dates. They're always asking for the nicer stuff, which I don't find tedious, but sometimes I'm like, there's not enough margin to kind of justify going through all of the sovereigns I potentially get in. I've said it before where people said, can you check the dates? And my response has been, I'm really sorry, I'm not checking the dates. Because it's the same type of people who don't want to pay extra for it, even though it's more work for me. And the margins are so thin, you know, it needs to be coins in, coins out. It's not because I've grown cynical and I hate doing it for people. It's just there's not enough hours in the day for me to do it. Now, thankfully, because these have been labelled prior, I'm not going to have that issue. I'm just going to list them and just say, well, actually, there you go. Some gorgeous sovereigns here. 1958. I don't believe there's any rare ones. I probably should consult my book. I do have a copy of the Marsh book. Let's have a look. So I know the 25 isn't rare for sure. I've had quite a few of them in. Right, so 1925, South Africa. Off the top of my head, it's like 25 million. So C mint mark, I mint mark, M mint mark, P mint mark. Okay. What have I missed? But yeah, you can see from the luster just on the camera, it's a nice coin. These are the types of coins you tend to put to one side. Oh, if I was collecting, I'd put to one side anyway. So no mint mark, C mint mark, I mint mark, M mint mark. South Africa, there we go. No, 6 million on the 1925. 1931 is 8.5 million. I'm sorry that took slightly longer than planned. You got the 1958, so let's have a look at that one. 1959, as you can see. I should know off the top of my head, but it's kind of like when using a calculator. You know, I used to be a salesman selling bathrooms and kitchens, and I didn't do it long, but I could always add up in my head, and I can't do it anymore. Just cannot do it anymore. It's a real shame, but I've got a feeling that the more I use this book, the less I'm going to retain knowledge, because I just won't need to. So 58 and 59. So 8.7 on the 58, and the 59 is a 1.385. Okay, that's slightly rarer on the 59. Nice coin. You get a fair amount of the 1966 ones. So 63, we're looking at 7.4, so there's nothing particularly rare about this one. Great luster. Bag marks, you can see it there. And last but not least, I got one of these. It's probably worth an extra 10 quid. I didn't even know this was on the order. I didn't really look at each. The gentleman just said to me, he's like, there's 7 sovereigns. Do you want them? And I was like, yes, I'll take them. I can never make this out. I'm always looking at it. I'm kind of squinting because it's a poorly struck sovereign. Oh, not poorly struck, but the design's poorly made. Now in proof version, stunning, but in bullion version, it just, it doesn't really do much for most people. I think it's like 400,000 mintage on these, 430,000 or something along those lines. And last but not least, there was 2 other gold coins on the order. 1 rand. So he quoted me a price, and I said to him, I was like, that's what I'm going to be selling for. He's like, well, make me an offer. I think one of these is a proof. It looks like a proof anyway, this one here. So I end up quoting him a price, and I said to him, I was like, they usually react in the same way as half sovereigns. People don't really want to pay much in excess over half sovereigns. I don't know why that is. These are considerably rarer. They're just not well collected, I guess. Now I do have a couple of guys who they're into their South African stuff. I guess they're all South African actually, but apart from that, there's not many people who would buy one of these over a half sovereign. Now I love my international gold coins. Unfortunately, it's just not a great looking coin. It's a real shame. Like, I love the humble crook, but this one doesn't really do it for most people. I think it's because of this side. It is what it is. But yeah, this is my haul. I hope it's kind of explained some things to you. You know, I've constantly got to rebalance just to make sure I can keep the show on the road. I've got to rebalance, so I've got to sell for a loss. So I've either got to have stock coming in, or I've got to have strong hands so I can hold on stock till the price goes back up. Anyway, I hope to see you on the next one. I do have some other stock coming in. Yeah, I'll put it out as soon as possible. Take care, guys. Bye.